Life is a bliss, isn't it? Since childhood we are listening to this phrase that it has now become cliché. Don't you think life is the sole thing we have took for granted? We all are living an ignorant life, busy embracing monotony of life which was always supposed to be joyous. Have you ever thought about life with that utter determination with which you keep on thinking about your miseries? Have you ever thought how beautiful life is when you wake up in the morning? Have you ever cared for life in the way it deserves? Things are in really good shape these days. I have started spending a lot of time with Nay nowadays, and we usually avoid sitting in group these days. It's been more than a month and it feels like
I and Nay
form another world that is isolated from all realities of the world and the people surrounding us. Though both of us are not direct contact with Char and Smart, but during the daytime we used to meet them, or I should say we used to accidentally to run into them, or they used to come and see us. Many days have passed and they have become quite irregular. We sometimes run to Smart, but Char, I don't even remember what she looks like. A few days ago, Smart came to visit us. It felt really good. We had an amazing time and we really enjoyed his company. Out of random things that we were discussing about, Char came to mind and I asked Smart, where is she and why didn't she come with him? Listening to this, all the happiness and joy suddenly faded away from Smart's face, and he sat there, his head hung low. Nay and I both sensed that something was wrong. We asked in unison, what happened? To this, he told us that even he hasn't seen her. They don't meet anymore. Char stays in her room all day all night. She has stopped talking to everyone around. She barely eats, rarely goes out. She just stays in her room always. All this looked strange to Smart because Char is a kind of person who can't stay in one place for more than 4 hours. But what made him bother even more is that he found some pills in her room when she went to meet her yesterday. When he asked Char what are these medicines for, she started behaving strangely, and when Smart calmed her down she started crying. She cried for almost a couple of hours, but didn't tell anything about what happened. This was still bearable. What disturbed Smart the most was the bruises, the cuts on Char's wrist. This made Smart suspecting that Char was suicidal and needed help. He also searched about the medicine he found in her room. They were antidepressants and if taken in high dose can result in one's death. He knew that he was not the right person to talk to her, so he came to us today. He thinks, if I'll talk to Char, she will definitely tell me that what's bothering her. I too agree with him and so do Nay. Listening to all this made me realize how selfish I had been all this time. I was so busy in my love life that I didn't even see my best friend who needed help. The very first thing I am going to do in the morning is talk to Char, find out what's bothering her. But the major issue here is, I have never dealt with any such case before and I am phobic to suicidal people as well. But I can't tell this thing to others because Char needs me more than anything. So, let me find out some advices on the internet for people to help their friends with suicidal tendencies.
1.
Talk to them. Talk to them in a certain way in which they feel comfortable sharing their issues with you. You can start with asking a few questions like, do you ever feel like just giving up? Are you thinking about suicide? Do you think often about dying? 2. Speak clearly. When you are talking to a person who is already much disturbed, don't irritate them even more with your riddles. Speak in a way which convincingly shows that you care. Don't say things like, what did you meant when you said life has no meaning left now? Clearly ask the person, why don't you write now? You used to write for every moment and you used to enjoy it too. Then why you don't do it anymore? Is everything okay? 3. Keep an open mind. When talking to your friend, you might not agree with them and feel like all the other person is thinking just an imaginary creation. Always remember that you are there for that person, so make them believe that you don't judge them and you really want to help. No one ever wants to die, so do not stigmatize suicide. Sometimes you can't even imagine what the other person is going through. 4. Choose your words carefully. Don't make any statement deliberately or unintentionally that might hurt them. Such people are already going through very sensitive phase emotionally and mentally. Your one minor statement can hurt them to an extent you can't even think of. 5. Listen patiently. At times, what such person really crave for is someone to listen them patiently. someone in front of who they can pour their heart out. This is medically proven that when an emotionally upset person pours all their harsh feelings out, they start feeling better. If you could be someone's sunshine, go and be it. The next morning after breakfast, I went directly to Char's room and there was darkness all around. With all my research, I started talking to her. I switch on the light and while arranging her stuff which all over the room, I asked her why she doesn't come to see me anymore. That I miss her, but she said nothing. Then I sat in front of her and said, I know something is bothering you, tell me what is it. We'll together find a solution. To this, she simply replied, you are overthinking, nothing is bothering me, I am fine, seriously, and she smiled. But dark patches under her eyes said it all. I told her, I am sitting here and will not leave till you don't tell me what the matter is. I sat there besides her for like half a day. It was dusky outside when she said, okay, I'll tell you, but don't tell others and promise me you'll not judge me. I assured her that I'll not, and then she told me that she had a boyfriend in past around 4 years back. We used to sex on phone in night. I never realized that he used to record all our chats and had audios of all that till this date. Now he wants to come in my life. When I refused to this, he blackmailed me. Even after all his blackmailing, when I didn't care, he sent that audio to every classmate of ours and every friend we have in common. Though audio has been taken care of and a case is also reported against him, but people who have listened to the audio call me swear words. They pass sexual comments on me when I go outside, then do weird and bold photoshopping of my images. I am done with this life. I can't face people anymore. I tried to think of every possible way to come out of this situation, but this is it. There is no way out from here. Listening to all this, I felt an agony toward that guy. I want to kill him, but Char is my priority right now. And if any of your friend also faces such a situation, you must also do what I did at the time.
1.
Try to ask about means they plan to use to kill themselves without being judgmental. Try to make them say what means of suicide they think are good to adopt. If they have easy access to any dangerous medicine or weapon, destroy them. If any medication is necessary, keep it with you and remember to give it to them on time. 2. Offer them to go for a support group. Do your proper research. Gather all the information about how you can help your mate or your friend overcoming this phase. Going to support group and sharing your incident with people who are going through same trouble results really helpful. If they don't feel comfortable to go there alone, accompany them. 3. Consult a doctor. Suggest them to consult a doctor. Medical diseases are still taboo in our society, but it's also a condition like other. So, visiting a doctor is must. Proper medication will help them cope up easily. 4. Inform trustable people. Inform some other people about the condition as well. In case if you are not around, they could keep a check on them. If they see any warning sign, they act accordingly. 5. Call emergency service if you are not good at handling suicide threats, or if at a certain point you feel like things are getting out of control in no time, call emergency service. It is not easy for Char to fight against demons of her life, but she made a decision to live and kill these demons. Whenever you find yourself in this situation, always remember, this too shall pass.